Hey everyone, welcome back to another week of Gamerscore Weekly with your host, Polished Gaming. Now, first on the list, this one is Taurian Defense. Now, this is an ITIS Interactive, and this is a 2000 Gamerscore aerial vehicular combat game. So basically just flying around pretty much going in planes in this one, and well, spaceships in a sense, not really planes. And you're pretty much just going through the levels until you get to specific things. You've got to complete the tutorials. There's 3 tutorials of 3 different planes. And with those ones, once you do the tutorial, then you go on to the next part and you pretty much just got to finish the levels and you got to unlock certain planes. But the problem with this game is it kept not allowing my achievements to work. So the way that I fixed that is I'd have to jump out of the game, quit the game completely, jump back in, and then go try for the achievement. If I didn't do that, it just wouldn't pop them. So a little bit of a problem on there. So an ITIS Interactive, maybe look into that one and fix that. But other than that, 2000 Gamerscore, pretty easy there. Now, next one here is Spot Challenge Volume 1, and this is by Lucky Raccoon Games for an easy 2000 Gamerscore. Now, this is a puzzle-like game, but it's pretty much just an I Spy in a sense. All you're doing is trying to find the differences. You've got 2 pictures, and some of them, it started out pretty easy when I was doing it myself, and then all of a sudden it just became really hard. And finding, because you're constantly looking at one picture, you've got to look at 2 pictures so that you can see the difference between the 2, so it can get a bit annoying with that. But with this one, you've got to find quite a load of differences. I think around about 200 differences all up. And then, of course, you've got to find certain differences in this one. And with this, you just got to complete the level. So it's pretty simple in that aspect, but I did use a walkthrough for it because some of the things were intensely hard to spot. So yeah, I ended up using a walkthrough for that so I could just get it done a little bit quicker. Now, the next one here is Escape from the Dungeon, which is by JM Nito Games developer. And this one is on Xbox One and Xbox Series X. So with this one, it's 3000 Gamerscore on both. So a nice, healthy 6000 Gamerscore boost to my Gamerscore there. And this is a platform game. Pretty simplistic platformer. You got to get all the way up to, I think, about level 30, I believe. You complete up to level 30. Collect a certain amount of coins for the DLC, which is 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Perform a certain amount of dashes and dying in specific, I think 15 times and 50 dashes, I believe, or 30 dashes. But yeah, it's pretty simple with this one. You pretty much get most of it by going through the game. You'll probably get to the end of the game and maybe you might have missed some dash or something. But when I got to the end, I had used all my dashes and everything and died a certain amount of time. So pretty simple, 3000 Gamerscore on each, yes, so 6000 Gamerscore all up. Now, next one here is I went around to my mate's base and played on his PC just to get one game here, which is Fruit Adventure. Now, this is a Windows game, and it's done by JM Nito game developer again. And this is a nice, healthy boost to 5000 Gamerscore just from one game. So this is a platformer game, and with this, it's pretty simplistic. You're going through the levels, you're completing the levels up to a certain point. You got to kill a certain amount of enemies, get a certain amount of stars, which I believe is around about 200. And you got to collect red stars and blue stars for the DLC. And with those ones, you're only collecting up to 50. So it's not like it's a major one. It normally takes around about 25 minutes to this one to complete. And I've completed it on Xbox One and the Windows platform here now. And for the last one here this week, we've got Shy Cat's Hidden Tracks Volume 1. Now, this is another kind of I Spy game, but you're pretty much just trying to find the cats. It's by Lucky Raccoon Games, and it's a 1000 Gamerscore puzzle-like game. So with this one, it's very simple in terms of the actual achievements. All you got to do with this one is you got to get half of the cats. There's 3 levels, but with that one, you got to collect half of the cats, half of the money. So there's 99 bags of money, and there's 40 cats, so you've got to complete 20 cats and 50 money. Weirdly, I don't know why it's not 45, but I don't know why it's not, 45 or, no, actually, no, 50 makes sense. 50 makes sense, yeah, because there's 9 up here. But yeah, anyway, so you got to collect half of that, so 50 money and 20 cats, and then you got to complete the levels with all cats and all money, so that's all done. And you're pretty much going to get that 1000 Gamerscore in just over an hour, sometimes just under, depending on how fast you find those cats. Some of them were a little bit hard to find. But other than that, that is me for this week. I have been playing actually Marvel Rivals, which I'm really enjoying this. I'm playing with my mate Jake, and Sean jumps on a little bit as well. But we just pretty much, it's a really cool team-based game, having a bit of fun with it. I guess it's an MMO. Going along, it's really on determined on how you've got your team set up. So basically, say if you're going in as a tank and you've got 3 tanks in there, no healers, you're going to die. You're not going to last long. The tanks aren't going to get healed. They're not going to do anything. You got to basically, the ideal one is 2 DPS, 2 tanks, and two healers. And Loki and that stuff is pretty good healer, but there's just the shark that is crazy healing. So if you got him in your team, you're probably going to do well. But yeah, I've been trying to get the achievements in that, which are very character-based achievements. So still playing that, but once I get the 1000, I'll let you guys know. But for me, that's 16,000 Gamerscore this week. I had a nice little healthy boost, a little bit less than what I normally get. But with this, that puts me at 1.5 million, 1,511,574. I always say that wrong. But yeah, so 1,511,574. That puts me into the 1.5 millions. Now I'm slowly catching up, getting up. I believe 1.6 or 1.7 is where third is sitting. So I've got a bit to go. So I'm intending on at least getting 2 million by the end of the year. That is my goal. I really am. The way that I'm doing it at the moment, I definitely am in the runnings for getting that. So stay tuned, keep up on this one because I'll be cranking it quite a lot more hopefully this month. But yeah, that's me for this week in terms of Gamerscore Weekly. I have a nice little healthy bundle that I got for my weekly pickups from two NZ Retro members, and yeah, I'll have. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and hopefully you guys can watch my Pokemon and I get something. I'm not getting anything good lately, so the Pikachu is still out of my grasp, just out of my grasp. But yeah, until then, stay tuned for all the things. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bring that notification bell up in there so you can get notified on all of my videos that come out. And yeah, I say, I notice a lot of people are actually going into the video just viewing it. Even just that little quick like, give me that like. That adds the algorithm, pushes me up there, gets a little bit more notice. So if any of you people are actually going in there and you're not liking or subscribing, make sure you do so. Please, this helps my channel and it helps it build. But until then, I shall see you guys later, and you have a good day.